Yo, what up, Canes for Life? Yo, thank you, bro. I try, man. I try. Normally I don't go live, but I just want to talk to y'all for a little bit. I know at 7:30 Lonzo coming on, so I'm trying to make this one real quick. Yo, what up, J Play? I'm just waiting for a couple more people to get in here so I can just tell y'all what I need to tell y'all. Bro, King looking great out there, bro. He fitting in great. King passes, they on point too, man. I got to give it to him. He on point. Perry ain't too far off either. The only concern at quarterback probably would be Tate. He's a little bit off on his passes. Yo, thank you, Canes for Life, man. Like I said, I tried, bro. Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to, most of my videos, I don't claim to be the one to film, but I try to put them in editing, and bring them on here for you guys. Yeah. And what I do too is I try to edit it, and I try to also give whoever made the video itself, I try to give them credit for it, that way, if somebody do come on there and say, hey, that's my video on your channel, they get their proper credits or whatever. Yo, what up, Dennis? How you doing, man? Like I said, I'm just waiting for a couple more people to get in. I'm not gonna be too long.
Connecting to the internet. Check your Wi-Fi network connection by going to settings.
Yo, thank you, Canes for Life, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to, but thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yo, that's the first super chat from Canes for Life. Like I said, I never really go live, so thank you for that, bro. I really appreciate it. Also, while I'm doing this, while I'm getting ready, like wristbands, as you can see, I don't have them on my arm no more, man. I keep running into Canes fan all over the place, and I just keep giving it to them. So right now I'm ordering more. I think I got like 100 of them coming. So whenever, I'm gonna get down in the comment section, I'm gonna do some more random pull-ins, and I'm gonna start sending them out to you guys, man. Also, if I run into anybody, or if you notice me at the spring games, come up, I'll have a whole bunch of them in my pocket, so I'm gonna hand those out too. But alright, well, this video will be uploaded right after the live, so if anybody missed it, they'll be able to watch it again. So I'm gonna just get started now. What I want to talk to y'all about is spring practice, the players' development, and conditioning, and also I want to talk about the spring game coming up on April 11th. Now, hopefully, I'm praying to God that they do not change the date, because I'm making big plans. Now, I got a couple friends that say they gonna come with me and do this, but you know how that go. So I gotta hope and pray on that one too. But as of right now, this is my regular camera. Right here, this is my regular camera. I use this thing all the time. When I used to make entertainment video, I used to use this camera all the time. Now, that camera I will take with me, and I will have one of my friends filming from a different side of the field. So that way, when I get all my footage together, I could try to edit it to make, like zoom in here and there, so y'all can get like better angles and better views of plays and players, also. But this is the big boy. This right here. This is gonna get up close and personal. This one right here, this is my my Sony. I got this one. I bought an extra battery and everything to line up everything, man. I want to make sure that I can be able to film the whole game. I might even buy another battery just to make sure. Right now I got 2 batteries for this thing. 2 batteries for it. So try maybe get another one. That way I know I won't run out of battery life. Or, I could switch the battery whenever they take breaks or whatever. And also, I got a GoPro, which I'll give that to another friend, where it won't be a hassle. It comes with like a wristband. So all you got to do is just, put it on his head or wherever you want to put it, so we can get footage. Because that's what I want to do. I'm not gonna do the spring game live. I'll upload it like maybe a couple days after, because it's gonna take some time to edit. Because it's gonna be a lot of footage, and I'm gonna have 3 different cameras, 3 different footage to work with. So I'm gonna have to mash them and make sure everything's on point. Because you don't want no videos where the sound is off, the video's not making no sense. If you got plays being called, and next thing you know, I'm talking about 3rd down, but you're looking at the clock and the monitor and stuff, and you seeing it's 4th down, that don't make no sense. So, like I said, man, I got the cameras ready. They locked and loaded. April 11th, I'm ready. So, I went on the Miami Hurricane football page, and I saw Jaelan Phillips. Now, Jaelan Phillips been at Miami doing his thing. Man, if y'all seen the picture in my last video that I made, if you seen the picture of Jaelan Phillips when he got to Miami to what he is now, basically, man, this dude is a beast. The work that they putting in, you can tell, you can see the product, man. This dude went from like being he weren't never scrawny, but he was like small. And then now you look at this dude is jacked, bro. This dude has been hitting them weights. He been eating right. It is what it is. Now, spring, as y'all already see in some of my videos also, D'Eriq King's out there throwing. Perry out there throwing. Martell's out there throwing. The other guy, I can't pronounce his name. It starts with an M. I'll mess it up if I try, but I'm gonna try anyway. I think it's Mataka or something like that. My bad. But he's out there throwing too. Now, what I see from Lashley too is that Lashley ain't playing. He ain't here to play no games. As y'all seen in the first day of practice, he laid it down straight to the quarterbacks. overthrow my players. You don't give them a chance to, you know, make a play, do something with the ball. Y'all overthrowing them. 5 up downs. That's plain and simple, you know. Set the tone off top. Now, you don't want to be that quarterback that's doing up downs while everybody, you know, getting them passes in, getting them reps in, because that's going to set you behind. Now, today they released a video, and I kind of clipped a couple of it, you know, and I kind of clipped some other ones that I seen on Twitter, and I put them together and I made a video today. If y'all can go watch that later, that'll be great. You know, always hit the like button and stuff so other people can see it. That's how we grow on the channel. But yeah, man. Manny Diaz took them boys to Hard Rock Stadium. Now, every Canes fan that been to Hard Rock Stadium, y'all already know how it is. There's that roundabout circle till you get to wherever you sitting, whatever you sitting at. So you got to go around that thing. Now, Manny Diaz had them boys running it. Not only that, he took them inside the stadiums to the seats, so they running them stairs. So if you a guy that work out, then you know it's incline. That's a lot of incline. It's more intense than just regular running. When you going up on an angle, it's way more stress on your legs, but the end results is a lot better. So when it comes down to it, if practice keep going the way it does, when it comes game time, these guys will be ready. They will not be out there all tired after a couple plays. You know, you won't see people out there with their hands on their knees, huffing and puffing. They'll be ready. As you can see with Phillips, whoever the nutritionist is at Miami right now, he's putting in work. He's doing a great job. I can tell y'all that, but man, that dude look great, man. I ain't gonna lie, great. Now, not just Phillips though. Look at Russo. Russo looking great too. If you look back at Russo last season compared to what he is now, that boy's a beast. I did a video on Russo, I think maybe a week ago. Y'all, you know, I could talk about it, but you can see it for yourself, you know. And if you guys are ever wondering, like, you know, where you can find these clips at, man, the Miami Hurricane football page. That's the official Miami Hurricane football page. It's not the fan page. It's the regular. Just go to Facebook, type in Miami Hurricane football. It'll be the first thing pop up. They upload all those videos there. I normally get them and I clip them and I, you know, throw my little twist on it. But yeah, J Play, yeah, I want to see what they look like come game time. Now I know spring game, we gonna get to see spring game, but you already know that's in April. I want to see them come August, September. I want to see the end result, man. But like I said, even with Lashley, I'm loving what Lashley is doing. I'm loving it. He ain't giving them the easy road. He ain't patting them on the shoulders when they make little mistakes or whatever. He getting on them. He's setting the tone early. First day of practice. He ain't waste no time. Now let me ask y'all a question though. Spring game, what are you guys expecting to see in the spring? What are you guys expecting to see when you go to the spring game? Are you looking for a more dominant defense? Or are you looking for, you know, the offense to just run it out, run up the score, you know? Because, you know, we got good defense also. So, I mean, it's a spread offense and everything, but I still expect our defense to kind of like shut it down a little bit. At the same time, I want to see that spread offense. Like, I want to see them passes. They're supposed to be a fast, up-tempo kind of offense, so I want to see them passes getting out. I want to see receivers making plays with their feet after the catch and stuff like that. Yeah, better balance. Now, good thing, J Play. Better balance on offense. Now, it's an air raid offense, so you know it's gonna be a lot of passes. But we also got Cam. We got Cam back there. Burns saying you know, whichever other guys can step up and maybe come in that third position or whatever. How many of our running backs you think could actually get, say, over 900 yards this season? Could we even have two running backs to go over 900? Do y'all think any of our running backs could get over 900? Now, I'm saying 900, but I'm really expecting 1,000. But we're gonna start light. How many of y'all think we could get at least two running backs with over 900 yards in this offense? Now, I know the receivers, like Pope, looking great. That dude is looking great out there. He looking good. D. Wiggins looking good. Man. Also, Reddins. Now, you know Reddins not supposed to really be practicing because he hurt, but he's out there actually simulating. He's actually simulating catches. Like, he's running the routes. He's not really catching no football in them, but he's simulating. Like, you know how you ghost box? He's kind of doing something like that. Now, for those of y'all don't box, then ghost boxing is where you stand there and do that. You know, ain't nobody in front of you, ain't no box, ain't nothing. You just simulating. Basically, he running the routes. He pretending the ball is in the air, and he's going for the catches. This is what it is. That just show you determination, man. That show you that, hey, I might not be able to be out here catching, but I'm going to work on my feet. I'm going to work on, you know, my route running, everything like that. Pate is going to, yeah, definitely Tim. He definitely will be a beast. Yeah, the defense, I wouldn't necessarily say they degressed. I just looked at them last season as they was tired as hell. Because as, like, all those Miami fans have known, we seen it, we heard it from all the critics. Miami 3 and out. That was our season last year, 3 and out. That's our offense last year, 3 and out. Behind Dan Enos, we was Miami 3 and out. Now with that, the defense, they're gonna be tired. It's like you just got off the field. You're supposed to go to the side and, you know, catch a breath or two. Nope, get back out there. You're gonna be tired. So I wouldn't necessarily say they regressed. I mean, but when you tired, you tired. You know, it's fatigue. They was too fatigued out there. Oh, you think so you think Jalen's gonna overtake Roshi? That's what you're saying, Tim? I mean, it's too close. It's too early to call it. I can't say I agree or disagree with you. Like I said, spring just started. So right now, it's just a waiting game and see. But I know Jalen's going to compete. Roshi's going to compete. Russo going to compete. At the end of the day, somebody got to start. Yeah, Jalen, like I said, I don't take nothing from Jalen. I don't take nothing from the other guys either. But at the end of the day, they're going to pick the best guy and put him out there. And then we just going to have to see from there. The only thing we could really make our judgments from is spring game and, you know, keep watching the practices. That's it. That's all I can say. When it comes down to it, though, at the end of the day, we got 3 great guys, but 2 of them going to touch that field when it comes time to start. Which y'all already know. I can't take Russo out, so I already see Russo being in there. So it's going to be a toss-up between Jalen and Roshi. Which, you know, right now, the only thing you could really go off from Roshi, if I'm saying his name correct, wrong or whatever, y'all forgive me. But the only thing we could go off is his highlights from last season, or you could go a little step above that and actually, you know, go back and watch all the games that he played in last season. And then you could determine, like, you know, how good he is in your eyes. Yeah, we definitely need to be deep on both sides of the ball. Like, Miami is not done yet with recruiting. From what I'm hearing, they still trying to get 2 receivers. They still working on, what's his name? Rico Bussey, and then I think Tariq Black. I'm not sure. I haven't checked on those in a little minute. I think it's been about a good month since I've checked on those. That's a good thing. I need to check on that again. because I know they was looking into getting 2 more receivers. But not only that too, I think Miami need to take a little step back away from that transfer portal. I think they do need to take a little step back, because you got to look at the transfer portal as a rental. You get that guy that done something great at another school or whatever. It is what it is. And then they come to our school and they here for a year and they gone. In the long run, that ain't gonna do us no good. Now, if you can have a player that come in and we could, build them up, develop them, and at least try to keep them till their senior year. Can you imagine what Miami would be like? Can you imagine that? Yeah, Phillips. I've seen Phillips highlights. You know what? I'm one of my next upcoming videos. I'm gonna do a video on Phillips. I'm gonna chop some of his highlights up and I'm gonna put them in there and this and that. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, man, Phillips a beast. Phillips a beast. Like I said, if you see my last video and you seen the photo of him from when he came back in August till now, you'll see the dude's a beast. The dude's been putting in work. He's been putting in work. He ain't been playing around. So I definitely see him being, if not this season, next season, he's gonna be a beast. Anyway, guys, what are y'all expecting in the spring game? What do y'all really want to see in the spring game? Now, me personally, I want to be able to compare, King and N'Kosi Perry. I want to be able to see both of them in action, and I want to see, who's more accurate and stuff like that. I want to break it down to where I could say, you know what, based on what I've seen today, this person should be starting. Now the talk is King is a starter. That's the talk around the whole Miami right now. King is a starter. N'Kosi gonna back him up. That's the talk. We all heard it. We all seen it. King didn't just come to Miami just to sit down on his last year. I don't think so. I know he's gonna compete regardless, but I think that basically the keys is in his hands. It's up to him if he want to keep it or lose it. It is what it is. You say, okay, D say he want to see field goals made. They cost us 3 games last season. Now, the funny thing about these field goals is it's going to be, these field goals going to be kicked by a guy from FIU. Now, as you already know, that guy mainly was one of the reasons. I ain't going to say the whole reason we lost to FIU. Because ain't no excuse for losing to FIU, no matter who their kicker is. I don't care if the kicker was a 100% kicker. They shouldn't be in field goal range on us to be kicking field goals to beat us anyway. That team, we should have shut them down on defense, and our offense should have produced at least, I want to say at least 55 points on FIU. That's my belief. Yeah, I want to see it. Yeah, Tim, you're right. Definitely need to see execution on both sides of the ball. Now, my main thing on defense, I'm gonna watch the linebacker position, because as you already know, those guys are gone. Those seniors are gone. The ones that we always depended on, they gone. So who's gonna step up? Who's gonna be the shutdown? The guy that you don't want to pass it his way, or you don't want to run in his direction because you're gonna get laid out. That's what I'm ready to see from that linebacker core. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Wolf. I want to see the no huddle too, man. I want to see how many plays we can actually get off in a game, because Reed Lashley's spread offense. He's been how many plays? That's another thing I got to research. How many plays did this guy get off each game? Because I'm hearing that Miami probably ran nearly the 50 plays or so, but this guy was like almost doubling it. So his offense is pretty, like I said, up-tempo, pretty fast. Now, also last season, the quarterbacks was not able to check down. They was not able to call audibles. It's whatever Eno said to run, that's what you're gonna run. It's times where we see players that are open that we was like, yo, why didn't he pass the ball there? Did he not see this guy? Most of the time, when Eno's called the plays, he had a set receiver that he wanted the ball to get to. So sometimes when we look at the offense, we was like, this don't make no sense. And some of the assignments that he was making, they was like pretty confusing. But with Reed Lashley's system, from what we're hearing and from what we're seeing, he wants the ball out fast. He wants it out fast. So whoever's open, boom, 1, 2, 3, boom. Maybe 1, 2, 2.5 seconds out, get the ball out. Now what they're gonna do too, the offensive line. Last year, the offensive line kind of looked a little terrible. But if you look beyond just the offensive line, you got to look at the assignments that was given to the offensive line. You got to look at, what the plays were called, how long it took to develop the plays, and how long the ball was being held by the quarterback. So even that first game against Florida, you could tell that the quarterback was holding the ball too long. You could tell that the plays were taking too long to develop. Some of those plays were too confusing. And then also, those little quick passes that we started the game with, Florida started to see that as a pattern, and then they start stopping it. So now, Enos don't know what to do. The little schemes that he had, he didn't have no backup plans or nothing. So when we go into halftime, or we go in the locker room, we come back out doing the same thing. It's like we made no adjustments to what they was doing to stop us. So that's another thing we got to look at. That's why most of the time when people be talking about the O-line look terrible. Yeah, it does look terrible. But if you look beyond just, what you're seeing on the camera, what you're seeing on the TV, you'll see that if they had better play calls, our O-line would have looked great. Because compare our O-line to the rest of the league. Miami O-line had 2.50 seconds for the quarterback to get the ball out. The rest of the league had 2.2. So our O-line was actually a little bit better than the rest of everybody else. It's just our play calls and our play development was just too long. That's why you see most of our quarterbacks last season was running for their lives or taking sacks. Now, even with Jarren Williams, some of those games I'm watching, I'm like, man, what you doing, man? Throw the ball away, don't take the sack, or take off. Yeah, you're right. The defense definitely going to have to be on their heels. Last season, we seen a lot of misread coverages. We seen a lot of missed tackles. We can't have that. Like our defense, like I said, our defense last year was not bad. We were getting a lot of tackles for losses. We're getting sacks and everything, but they was on the field too long. They were tired. They were fatigued. Yep. That's basically what it is, bro. But check this out, guys. I'm not going to be on here too long, like I said. I'm trying to keep a mind on the time because, Lonzo coming on at 7:30, and I'm definitely going, tune in and see, what he got going on. Yo, shout out to you, man. Throwing up that you. Shout out to you. Oh, lock them up. Them pinkies, they almost pinkies got to lock up. Yeah. Now, if you check out some of the spring videos, like Caneville, if you check out Caneville, because he's actually there, he has great content on, all the stuff that's going on. He got all the plays, all the players, defensive plays, offensive plays. He got videos to show you guys. I think it might cost you like $10 or so, but you'll see, who's being developed. You'll see who's getting ready, basically. I think we're gonna get a special team touchdown this this season? That depends. Right now I'm not sure who's gonna be our special team guy. I think last year we had Osborne. Osborne is gone, as y'all can see. So I'm not sure who they're gonna replace him with, but most likely probably a wide receiver. But right now, as of right now, we don't really know who's gonna be on special team. Who would you want to see back there catching punts and kickoffs? Who you think would be, the most explosive player we got to be back there right now? Yeah. Also, let's touch on the NFL Columbine. I'll keep messing that up. Let's touch on the NFL thing, whatever. So, as y'all seen, DJ Dallas, great run time, running plays or whatever, this and that. He did great. Now, what really shocked me was Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas shocked me, man. I thought Jeff Thomas' time would have been a lot better than it was. I thought he was a lot faster than, that 40 is what it is. But I thought he would have, been a little bit more prepared, because he did choose. He chose not to partake in the bench press. Now Osborne did the bench press, and he did like 18 reps. That's great at 225. That's great for a wide receiver, because most of our defensive guys, the more heavier guys, the guys that have more mass and more muscle, more bigger arms too, they was clocking 23s and stuff like that. So for him to clock 18 reps on the bench press, that's pretty good for a wide receiver. Plus, if y'all been keeping up with like little stuff on the side at Miami, you'll know that he's one of them. He one of those weight room guys. He's a champion in the weight room. But I was like, man, some of the guys that left too early. I think Jeff Thomas left too early. I think he should have came back. Now, my last video, somebody said that Jeff Thomas basically never met up to his expectations at Miami. We all know he was fast. We always expecting way more from him. He had too many like off the field issues. Oh, that was you, D? Yeah, man. I read your comment. Like I said, I don't know, man. I think they gave this guy. I think Manny even gave him the opportunity to do like way more than he did. And when he got suspended them 2 games too, I think that was like a little letdown. Plus, Hurricanes fans, man, you already know that muff punt against Florida, they held it to him. It's like they held it to him. They never let that one go. Because a lot of people are saying that basically if he didn't muff that punt, we probably won that game. So they was on his back the whole season. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like when we be calling plays on offense and stuff, I'll be always looking for this guy, man. I'm like, especially on them 3rd downs. And then I used to be pissed. I used to be watching the game like, why do we got Jeff Thomas and they not throwing no bomb plays to him? Send the guy out deep, throw it to him. He got the speed. Let him run it down. And then a lot of people were saying during the season too that Jarren Williams don't have the arm strength to send it, air it out to him. But then when we watched the Florida State game, that touchdown that he had, he basically ran. I don't even want to get into the whole Enos things, because if any of y'all seen my reaction videos after the games that we lost because of silly stuff like that, then y'all will see, man. It got to the point where I was like so pissed, to the point where sometimes I had to get out of my house and go outside to make my videos, because I didn't want to curse in front of my kids or something like that, man. But hopefully this season, the offense come back way better than they did last season. All right, bro. See you later, man. Go Canes. Like I said, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because, like I said, my boy Lonzo do come on. I ain't trying to, cut into nobody's time or anything like that. But I do got them cameras ready, man. push comes to shove, if I got my friends, but if I can't depend on them, I'll be out there with my GoPro. I could just strap that around my head, and I got my phone. I could record with that too, or I could just use one of these cameras myself. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna try to get as much footage for you guys. I'm gonna go out there, try to get different angles for you guys, and I'm praying, like I said, I'm praying to God that this game sticks. I'm praying that they don't like set it up to where it's no longer April 11th, it's this time or that time, because I set my vacation, I put it in, it's in stone. That weekend, that whole week after that weekend, I'm off. So if it's sometime before that, I'm going to be begging and pleading with whoever's going on vacation, like, yo, can we switch or this and that. I really don't want to do that. So I'm praying to God that this April 11th, I hope it sticks. Now, I'm hoping to see a lot of people out there, man. I'm hoping to see a lot of you guys out there, because if you look at our stadiums, half the time I'll be praying to God that the cameraman do not point the camera into the stadiums, because you know how it is, Miami. When you go to that stadium, like when I go to that stadium last season, when I bought tickets to certain games, if my seating was like a little bit higher or whatever, I normally move down, get closer, because it'd be that much space. It'd be that much space, and you won't even have to worry about like nobody coming in and say, "Hey, you sitting in my seat." We got to get the fans back in the stadium, man. So I'm hoping that this season, the wins, the W's keep coming in, because that's how, I hate to say it, but that's how we're gonna get them stadium filled up. I love Dolphin Stadium. I love, Hard Rock Stadium or whatever, but we got to fill it up. We got way too many Canes fans down in Miami and in Florida itself, and people that's willing to fly to Miami to watch our Canes for our games, for our stadium not to be filled. Spring game, it is what it is. A lot of people is not gonna show up. A lot of people was asking, like, why are we playing at Powell Stadium? A lot of people not gonna fill that stadium. It is what it is. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about that. Why are we playing there? Why are we not playing at Hard Rock? Hard Rock has a tennis event planned, so they're not gonna cancel that. They're not gonna cancel that. But if we could keep like winning, building up, Miami will fill their stadiums up. What up, Uncle Squirrel? Everybody, Uncle Squirrel is in the building. If y'all don't know who Uncle Squirrel is, that's Uncle Lou. He a Georgia fan. He does his morning shows in the morning, and sometimes he do late night shows. Y'all go check out Uncle Lou, man. He a real funny dude, and I actually like this dude, man. I might go back and forth with him in the season, because I know he's going to talk some trash about Miami, but other than that, Lou pretty cool dude, man. Yeah, we had like 3,000 people. That's what I'm talking about right now, Lou. We got to fill up that stadium. We got to start getting back to the old Miami, to where we can't play at no high school on our spring game. We can't play at a high school, period. We gotta get them wins, basically. When the Canes winning, them stadiums be packed. We basically need it to be like when we played Notre Dame. If you seen that stadium when we played Notre Dame, that's how it need to be on a regular basis. And another thing too, those non-conference games, Miami has got to put their foot down and get some better teams on them on non-conference games. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I looked at my schedule this season, when I looked at it, I'm like, Wagner. Who is Wagner? I thought it was a joke. Literally, I thought it was a joke. I basically had to go Google Wagner, start looking up stuff on them and this and that. I don't know who Wagner is. If anybody know who Wagner is before they saw us on our schedule, let me know, because I don't know who that is. I don't. The rest of the teams on there, the only one like really noticeable that's a non-conference game, that's Michigan State. I don't expect I don't expect us to go up to Michigan State and lose. I really don't. I've looked at their recruiting class this season. Pretty much nobody wanted to go to Michigan State. Pretty much. From looking at their recruiting class. Now, I'm not going to say, hey, look at Michigan State as a walkover, but we need to go up there and basically stomp them. We need to stomp them. With the talent that we got, ain't no way in this world we should go up to Michigan State and lose. Plain and simple. That's not acceptable. And as y'all seen the FIU game, we cannot have another FIU. We cannot have that ever again. This season, next season, no season after. We can't have another FIU. If we start this season off right, 4-0 with the non-conference games, I don't see no reason why Miami should not be competing in the ACC championship. If we can knock out those 4 games, get a good start, get our players to get their reps in, get to build that confidence and go into the conference games, knock out all those games, and it is what it is. Hey, man, my boy Zoe is on right now, so I'm about to hop off. Y'all going over to Zoe channel, check out his live and everything, man. I'm out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.